Silai's at English Conversation. A presentation session at Sila. We are to learn to serve. Yesterday you were assigned some topic to speak on. Were you?
Yes.
You were assigned, no? See, so the first one, gentleman, Mr. Muhammad Zubair, he is going to speak on the topic
System of education in Pakistan.
education system of Pakistan. You're going to talk about that. So let's please listen to him carefully, attentively, and then ask him the question. No, whatever, no, you want to ask. It's an open session. Give it, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Zubair and my topic is Pakistan education system. So the point of view of my about the education system in Pakistan is that the system is quietly not eligible for children to grow up with it. As we know that as we get primary education in Urdu medium, but as we proceed our education further, it change into English medium. So it's difficult for those who study in Urdu medium. So that's why I call it Urdu medium and English medium system. If we get to the other point that the facilities in education system are lacking. As we know that the number of schools in Pakistan actually in the villages is lacking, because the education system in cities are good because there are many private schools and colleges are there who are studying the people very well in English medium and in proper way, but the education system in villages are very poor. That's why the people are not able to study as to standard to the other standard of the Pakistan. So there is lacking, there is a not equilibrium in the study system. If we come forward, the boards which are taking the exams, there is a corruption in that. There is a case in Karachi recently opened. There is a changement in the numbers of students result, and they're taking a lot of money about it. So there are something which are lacking in our education system. As we lack in teachers, there are ghost teachers who taking the income regularly but not attending their classes, and if we come to the university system, they are also different from other, because there is a professors who are freedom. They have freedom to do everything. If someone disrespect them, then they cut your marks and give you punishment in other way, which is not well for students. So I think that there are something which lack in education system. Thank you.
Please. No.
Questions?
Take a question. Gentleman, see, ek minute bhai. See, he was talking about the education system in Pakistan. So he covered 4 areas. First he talked about the medium of instruction, then he talked about the available facilities, and then he made comparisons, facilities in rural area and facilities in urban areas. Then he talked about corruption, especially at boards level, in the boards, in the examination bodies, you can say Punjab Examination Commission is there, and then different boards are there, and he quoted the latest example from the most current exam conducted by the Karachi board. Then he made a comparisons between the teachers at schools level, and then the professors at university levels. So whatever the question is in your mind, you can ask him, and I will be having my own question. Please. Okay. Ask him the question, please.
Are you in favor of co-education?
Yeah, I am in favor of education if it start from gross level. It means that if you start co-education from primary, then it's good. But if we start it from the intermediate or graduation, that they are something which trouble the people, because everyone is not capable of bear the things equally.
What was the key's question? Please, Umar.
He says that you are in favor of co-education.
He was very good. No, he asked the question about your point of view about co-education.
Co-education.
So you have responded to that question.
Yes, sir.
Briefly, is possible to let me know about your point of view in this regard, please.
I think that because whole of the world are using that system. If we use it, then we use it to as gross level, because
Okay.
grassroots level. Because if we start from primary, then people are used to it. But
Okay.
when we use it in the graduation level or intermediate level,
Okay.
then it makes some troubles for people.
You mean to say that that for 12 or 13 years we keep both sexes at distance, and what happens? They have no sort of interaction with the opposite sex.
Yes, sir.
So when they are in their teen age, when they are grown up and we mix them, and the problem starts
Yes.
over there. This is your point of view, that if you want to have this system of co-education, so you should begin it from
Grassroots level.
from nursery level,
Yes, sir.
from beginning. Very
From
good.
primary.
But as a point of view, you can disagree, you can agree, that's your point of view. But it's a very good point. I personally I appreciate it. Ji. Question from your side. Question from your side.
What do you think that when we are in a school or in a college, we prefer a private college or school, and when we go in a upper level, we prefer government university? Why?
Because it's about atmosphere. Because if we went to the private university, there's a lot of fee, and there is no faculty like government university. The professor of government university are very well aware. And if we come to the college level, there are also well aware teachers are available there, but there is no control. But in university there is a control. There is a control on professors as compared to college level.
No, government universities have no control on their professors.
You study there.
My teachers told me, and my friends are
No,
also
as
there.
I concern, I study in Sargodha University. So if we compare the university with college, government college, there is a great comparison between it, because the professors of university are well aware, they know their duties. But here we see that their professors are giving lecture and come to their tuition center and spending their more time their tuition center rather than in classes. But university is not like that. I am attending teachers classes regularly, and they are regular in their lectures.
But in private universities and colleges, teachers are asked, and there's nobody to ask them that what are you doing in your class? You are teaching, you are sitting, you are doing.
I'm rightly saying that they are free to do everything, but they are punctual to their duties. And the other point which I raise, that the fees of government universities are well as compared to private university. As you are studying private university, you know the fees of it. But if we come to the UET and other university, its fee very less rather than low university.
Now, we compare as the private college and government college.
Yes.
There are also fee difference.
Yes.
So why we prefer private college over government college?
Because we have to compete the merit. Because if we study in as I early said, you atmosphere, you can get number in you can stay in government college and get number if you punctuate, if you punctual with your study. But if you but the atmosphere of government college is not good, for studies. So private colleges give you atmosphere, right? If you go there and attended the classes, every person is punctual with his study. But in government college, the atmosphere is not good. That's why people prefer to private colleges. But if we come into University of Sargodha and any other government university, then the facilities are very good. They prefer it. But if we came to another university of any private university, as Lahore University, its campuses are very less. Their faculty is not as good as the government college, as the government university faculty.
A very good debate, really. Actually, the point of discussion which I could understand, you were, Mr. Adil, let you know if I'm wrong. Your question was that people love to study in private sector, in private schools and colleges. In colleges, no? In private schools and colleges. But the same people, when they qualify their exams from private schools and colleges, they prefer to study in government university, no, not in the private sector, in the public sector. What's the reason? Very good. And really, he beautifully and logically summarized it and responded to that question, that at university level, especially in the public sector, no, the people who are working over there, they are more mature as compared to those people who are working in the public sector, no, at school and college level. This was your point of view, and I do agree now that even in the government schools, except no that few very less exceptions, no, majority, even they don't go to the schools. I myself, I spent a lot of time, no, approximately 10 years in government sectors. I know that there was a truck driver from block number 4. He was a teacher, and I came to know that he was a teacher in the same area where I was working. No, that I saw him over there in a marriage ceremony, and he was introduced to me by the bridegroom, because that gentleman was a relative of the bridegroom I was invited by. So over there, my friend told me that the gentleman was teaching in the same school where I had spent more than 3 years. But during my 3 years stays over there, no, in a village school, I didn't see that gentleman. See, even nowadays, I know more than 10 people personally know that who don't go to the school. Why? Because politically they are very strong, they have strong background, no, that MNA, MPA and so on. Or if one school is there, Safeda Dal, for example, there's areas there, no, Safeda Dal. For example, there is Katimar in Nurpur Thal, example, no. What happens, no, there are 4 people, they are working over there, all 4 of them from Jorabad. What happens? No, they decide to visit the school turn by turn. Monday teacher A, Tuesday teacher B, and then likewise. Rest of all the 3 shall be on leave, only one will be doing the job. It is happening. But at university level, the things are better, alhamdulillah, in public sector. And private sector, what's the reason? No, private sector, when we make comparison between the staff, between the faculty, so in the government sector, the people, they are very qualified, even at the college level. But college level, again, there's a lot of corruption, management is not so strong, and even the students they are teaching, they are not well matured. At university level, the students are very mature, and they don't let any professor do something wrong. In spite of that, so many things are going on. But I think this is the reply, the main point which I could understand. Maturity level of the professors at the university level,
Yes, sir.
is a far better. And again, the students who are there in the university level, in the universities, and those who are studying over there in the public sector, they are on merit.
Yes,
No, they are some of them, they are gold medalists, silver medalists, that scoring, that high marks.
Yes.
They are studying over there, very intelligent people, And over here in private schools, again the people who have a lot of money, strong background, or those who can afford, those who keep visiting.
Yes,
So that's why the result is better, because there is a feedback. This is the reason. Anything else you want to ask or say? Thank you. Zubair, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please, who's next? Who's next? Hilmi Takko. Who's next, please? Who is next? Sharika Saab, Akil, better introduce yourself first of all.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Akil Abbas and my topic of presentation is love.
Love. You are going to speak on the topic?
Love.
Love, okay.
Love has no scientific definition. You can't measure it by any instrument using this. It's something out of this world. You can't even define whatsoever love is. It's something special gifted by the God, but it's very important in this world as well and world after this.
Very good.
So love has lot of power. I think lot of examples in our life are still there, and in past and future, inshallah, they will be. It was the love when a son of 18 years old is right in front of you, and he has a piece of spade in his chest, and you are going to take it out, and when you put your hand on it, and a piece of his chest is also came from his chest. So it's a power of love. And he didn't say anything.
Excellent.
And then Allah Almighty gifted him till the day of judgment. He has the power. He is the king of now Jannah. So this is the love. And that was also love when a son saw a dream to sacrifice, and a father saw a dream. Then he asked his son that Allah Almighty asked me to sacrifice something. And I want to sacrifice you, and he says that if Allah wants so I am ready. You will find me. Be patient, and I will try to be patient. So it's all about love and love of God. So love has a great power. Even though if love has love for money or love for any negative thing, its power then also then has power. Even if I want to to get something wrong, and I have love for it, and I just strive for it, I will get it. So we can't measure the power of the love. In one movie, I would like to quote an example from a movie. The movie's name is Perfume. There is a man who was fond of making a beautiful perfume. And whenever he sees some woman, he feels a great smell. So he kills a lot of women and people to take that smell. So even though he killed the king's daughter, and the king was in front of him and wants to kill him, but at the end he made that perfume, and nobody couldn't kill him. And king called him, and all the people are together to punish him. Then he threw that smell, and all the people are like, they are not getting anything. So
the ladies, what happened? The ladies, they became naked and so on.
So nobody, because he has love, he has that love for it. He was crazy for that perfume, and at the end he was successful. So love is, some say love is blind, some say love is time pass, whatever it is, but it has lot of power. I am saying again and again this because it's true. So we should love and think that love is love, and avoid love from our specific that sort of
whatever
I would
the
say,
idea we have, general, that's negative thoughts. Very good.
in other words, shar. So
Very good.
So then we should keep it away from that, and so love is beautiful. Thank you.
Question from your side.
What is your point of view on the young generation which is going on now?
Teenage love. You're talking about teenage love or teenage love? Okay.
Because I'm also from passing this age, so in this age, whenever you see a beautiful thing, you will begin to start feeling a love. That's quite natural, I think. No, because we are, beauty always attracts a man, and the Maker is also very beautiful. He has created all the beauty, and he has given that power to the man, which attracts him while he sees some beauty. Youngsters are a bit more serious in this feeling. I mean, they didn't give themselves time to just understand. For example, if I feel love for someone, then just carry out and going and trying to get that person. let's give yourself some time to understand what exact that feeling are. That may be attraction, maybe some psychologically or biological sexual feeling. So give yourself time, you may understand, and because time is the great teacher, with the passage of time you will be easy. So give yourself some time to sort out.
Question from your side, Mr. Zishan, the great Sardanish and the great Mr. Hassan Shahzad. Question, please. Love. The topic is love.
Why love is blind? You could say.
Love is blind because when you have
इश्क नवेदा ऊंच नीच इश्क दे पुछदा जाता जब तो वखरी रीत इश्क दी वखरियां गल्लां बात है ना. Very good. Please speak. Love is blind. The question.
when you are in love, you didn't see what is benefiting you, or are you going to get any benefit or loss. You just do it for nothing. When someone asks you the reason why are you doing so, you don't have any reasonable answer. You just say, "Bas, I have to do," and you do it. So that's why love is blind. I mean, without any reasoning, as even though that love is not that spiritual love, even that is not spiritual love, just only a love of materialistic love, you also do in that situation. So whatever feeling is, you do it without
How
observing.
can we make the feeling of love different from the feeling of hate?
Feeling of love.
Feeling of love and feeling of hate, both keep us connected. Feeling of love and feeling of hate. These feelings of two different categories, they keep people connected. So how can we make difference between the two? Please, Akil, I'm sure you will do it.
True love basically leads to sacrifice, and sacrifice is a beauty. And when you are hating someone, you always try to hurt him, or you just try to see tears in that person's eyes. But in true love, you just want to sacrifice. You want happiness of that person, even that person lives with you or without you, or he wants you or not wants you. Do you damn care? You just say wherever he lives, he should live happy, and I am happy in that.
Love begets love. Love begets love. It's the best gift of love. Love someone, you will get love and reward. So simple. Okay, please, question from your side.
Why our community hate love?
So again, he's talking about that's a feature of love. He's talking about sexual desire. He's talking about like that. Otherwise, nobody hates love. No? Nobody hates love.
If a person wants to marry someone,
Okay.
if you go to his family and say that I want to marry you, they feel that.
So that's not the issue of love. No, that's the issue of the culture.
I would like to quote something here. You remember that story of Hazrat Yusuf and Zulaikha? And
Okay.
Zulaikha tried to arouse Hazrat Yusuf for that activity. She prepared a great room where there were nude pigs, and then he tried that. But at the end, Hazrat Yusuf still married that woman. Ask, when people say that love, hate love for that sexual activity, you should ask them then, if that was bad, then why Hazrat Yusuf married Zulaikha at the end? At the end, when Zulaikha was sitting there and Hazrat Jibreel came in a human shape and asked her that just get forgiveness from your Allah Almighty, and Hazrat Yusuf will marry with you. And she did so, and Hazrat Yusuf at the end get married.
This is one of the versions. I personally don't agree with this version, personally. But really, there's a very beautiful example is quoted, no? It's beautiful, it's one of the version. I personally don't agree. But in spite of that, no, that's really so logical. Whenever you seek forgiveness, no, and your whole, you can say, body, no, your whole feature, your whole, whatever you are, you get changed. Absolutely right. And again, what the point he tried to derive from that actually the phenomenon of marriage is different now, and you were talking about that people don't let you marry the lady, the woman you want to. So again, this is a culture, again, barriers are there.
Yes.
This is not the problem with the love, no. These are the cultural barriers, no. You are living in this culture, it is difficult for you, but the people who are living over there in England, in America, even the moment they start loving each other, what happens? They get married.
The same question I asked that why our culture is against it? Why people not that?
So simple, because we lack education. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu know that he asked his beloved daughter Hazrat Fatima radhiyallahu ta'ala anha about her choice. So the first 3 times he asked about her choice, she refused, and on 4th occasion she accepted. Let me know single Muslim scholars in this particular area where we come from, this area, though people are there, good people are there, even learned people, those who ask their daughters about their consent. How many people are there? Those who ask the consent even of their children, whether they are that male or female. This is again what's going on. As the day you shall become parents, you become father, the situation will be different, inshallah. It will not be different. No, the situation will not be different. It will be different because you have knowledge, So education, what happened? Again, the Prophet Muhammad sallam, he was raised, and he started teaching the people. And again, the way marriages took place in those days, ideal. Prophet sallam is delivering his sermon over there in the mosque, in his own mosque, the Prophet's mosque. The lady that expresses her desire, her wish to marry someone, then the same announcement is made over there, and the marriage takes place. The lady expresses, and one of the companions, that accepted that proposal, and they got married. Khadija sent a proposal to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He accepted. Though in spite of that she was widow. She was widow, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was quite young, and she was
40 years.
She was 40 years old, He was 25. So what actually, it's we to bring change, and the change begins when we have knowledge. It's a knowledge, that's why I've started that quotation or the sayings of the Prophet from Kitab al-Kafi. So nowadays I am touching the chapter that is about seeking knowledge, from al-Kafi. Even in Al-Bukhari or any hadith book of the sayings of Prophet you see. So seeking knowledge is binding, obligatory, compulsory. There is no discrimination between male and female, and again between sex. Whosoever believes in Islam, seeking knowledge is obligatory. Or farzana. So at the day people are having knowledge, there will be no such that issues which we are having. Some other issues shall be there, but these issues shall not be there. Thank you very much, Akil. So nice of you. Jay, Hassan, come over here. یہ جڑا بچتا ہے نا بس تو تیار ہے نا سوال کھچ کے رکھنے پتر آنا ذرا ہاں جی نہیں جڑا نس ہے انہوں تو میں ایک سارے ٹاپک کیوں جی سر ہاں جی سوال ہے ذکر سے پلیز.
My name is Hassan Shirad. My topic is why Pakistani's political system is loose.
Very good. No, very good. جی بیٹا.
Our political system is day by day is going to decreases because our politicians like MNA, MPA are going to corruption.
Hurry. Okay, his first flight. Really nice. Listen to him. You better please try.
And they have loose university.
Okay.
And they want to his own benefits.
Okay. Very good. It's you to speak. یہ ویڈیو تے ابن گل چوانی Please.
And they did our MP, MNA, president did not know about the Islamic education, and they did not know the law of Islamic.
Okay. It's your turn to speak. Hurry up. Okay, you people, please. Why our political system is so corrupt? What's the reason?
Because our politicians are illiterate.
Listen to these people and narrate now, please.
He tells us that our political people is illiterate.
Actually, Mr. Keel helped you out, that in making you realize, that political system is corrupt because the people who are over there, the part of the system, they are illiterate and illiterate, literate nahi. Akil beta, literate and illiterate. So as the literacy rate is very low, and politicians are from us, they are among us, they are not supernatural, and this is one of the reason that illiterate people, they can't run the system successfully. Please.
The judiciary system is very important when any country is practicing democracy, because in democracy a politician has some freedom. So
Okay.
if our political system is keenly strongly toward the justice system and it improves, then the political system is automatically changed, because it makes judgment about the activities, about the income, so it automatically becomes.
I love you, my dear son. Beautiful boy. Please, can you narrate him?
Mr. Zubair, tell us.
Okay. Ji beta. See, Mr. Akil pointed out, one of the factors. The first factor of this poor functioning of the political system, the very first one is illiteracy. Especially now that presence of illiterate politicians in the assemblies. As they are illiterate, they don't know what's happening in the country, what's going on in the world. No, they are visionless. Knowledge gives you vision, and as they don't have knowledge, so they are visionless. So visionless people are running this system, so that's why it's a poor. Second, Mr. Zubair adds that our judiciary system is not functioning properly. So this is the judiciary system which is a proper check and balance on the activities which are taking place in any state. So as the system, judiciary system, again, it's very poor, it is also corrupt. So the corrupt politician, illiterate politicians, whenever they make any kind of you can say effort which is against the norms, etiquette, culture. He was talking about Islam, if you're talking about Pakistan. So judiciary can't do anything because it is a puppet in the hands of the politicians. And the politicians are illiterate, uneducated, visionless. And they have turned judiciary into a puppet of theirs. Clear? So they are doing whatever they want, and there's no barrier on their way. There's no, you can say, dispensation of justice for the people of Pakistan. Points clear? If judiciary were functioning, the conditions of the country would have been totally different. Clear? The second reason, poverty the poor functioning of judiciary. Do you agree? Now, and if judiciary were strong enough, so Panama leaks, how many people are there whose names are there in that list? But what kind of that system is now? Even the Prime Minister family is there. No, and so many other people from different parties, but judiciary cannot initiate any action. Clear? Whether no, that is a problem with us, the people. We are not ready to give evidence. Because Asif Bhai is uncle, no, my uncle, and I know Mr. Dr. Ghaus is my uncle, is my brother, and so on, no. So I won't be ready to speak against him. In spite of that I know that he belonged to a very poor family before he became MPA, or before he became, that whatever that the position is holding. And in a very short span of time, only in 10 years, having a very meager salary of 40,000 or 50,000 PK rupees a month, how he became able to buy a series of buildings, plazas and vehicles, and even land, pieces of land, industries, mills, factories, all these things are there. Even these people, they have flats over there in abroad. I cannot give any kind of evidence, because I'm afraid. And Quran says the one who hides evidence, the one who doesn't support the judicial system, Quran says he's zalim. He is zalim. He's just like that, the one who commits shirk with Allah Almighty. What's clear? So again, but in spite of that, judiciary has powers, but the powers it cannot use due to being puppet in the hands of illiterate, uneducated, VLS politicians. Please, the question, please. Hurry up.
Pakistan has a lot of area covered with villages. So people in the villages are mostly poor. So on the time of election, most of the politicians buy their votes to came in the government. So that is the main reason. That could be a main reason.
Got it. Ji beta. No, Mr. Adil, he gave you some other idea. He just, you can say, unveiled the pathetic situation. He again just shared some other secret with you. What was that? The factor, the cause. Hurry up. See, Mr. Adil told us, or he talked about, you can say the helplessness, of the villagers. Please try to understand, that these things are interlinked. Zishan, you're yawning. What happened? See, these politicians, they are VNless, so they are not able to take any step of educating the people at a rural level, in the rural areas, in the villages. First point, they are VNless. They cannot take any step. Number two, even they know that education is very important, but they are not ready to do so, as they know the day Rafi Mujahid is able, the day he holds his degree in his hand, the day he completes his studies at university level, Rafi Mujahid won't be ready to vote for that Jahil. What is clear? No, I am not ready to vote for the one who is illiterate, uneducated, how wealthy that person is. No. To me, I will vote for the one who is educated, who has vision of 21st century. Khushab di bani vaddi jutti nahi pehna. Points clear? The one who has the vision of 21st century. And these educated people will vote for that person. And they know. That's why these politicians, they are intentionally keeping these poor villagers illiterate. ऐसा हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा जी? So, and they know, और वो अपने पाँव पे कुल्हाड़ी मारेंगे, They are not willing, no. But in spite of that, if Akil is studying in the university, if Adil is studying in the university, Zubair is there, and I'm sure Danish is there, Zishan is there, even Hassan is there. You're studying in the universities. What will happen? I bet with you the people that you won't be ready to vote for someone, no, the person that is your relative. No, you won't see that is your relative. You won't see that belong to your village. No, you will see how competent that person is, because the future of your children, the day you become fathers, you will be having children. So your future will be in the hands of those people. And will you hand your children, no, to the people who are VLS? Not at all. Points clear? So this is the reason, no, they are keeping these villagers uneducated, illiterate, intentionally. ایک بندے رائفل خدا دے ہو تو اس کے کرنا پھر اس میں بدتمیزی بھی کرو کیا کرسی پاگل ہے نے یہ سب سے بڑا ہتھیار ویپن سب سے بڑا ٹول سب سے بڑی ڈیوائس وہ کیا ہے ایجوکیشن ہے علم ہے آزاد کر دیتی ہے مرنا ہے نا تو غلامی میں کیوں مرے بندہ دوسروں کو غلامی سے آزاد کرا کے مرے اور وہ کیا ہے the best way no to free people from slavery that is education educate the people the day they are educated they will be free nobody can keep them know that his or her slave اور ہم جو پڑھے لکھے بھی ہیں نا اگر ہم سلیو ہیں تو ہم یاد رکھیے وی شوڈ تھنک اباؤٹ آر ایجوکیشن کہ میرے پاس ڈگری ہے ہاں جی میں 16 جماعت پاس ہیں اور تو پاس پھر کون ہے میں ووٹ کسے کر رہا ہوں اس جاہل کو ووٹ کر رہا ہوں نا جسے اپنا نام لکھنا نہیں آتا جسے بات کرنی نہیں آتی تھپڑ مارنے والے گولیاں دینے والے لوگوں کو انہیں ووٹ کون کر رہے ہیں ہالی کوالیفائڈ پرسن اور یار کسی انسان کے بچے کو کرو یار کم از کم فائدہ تو ہے جو آج دوسری کی بدتمیزی کر رہا ہے کل کس کی کرے گا آج میری بھی استعمال کر رہا ہے نا کل کسی کرے گا ایسے ہوگا نا خیال رکھو تھینک یو بیٹا پلیس ولیج لائف چلو میرے پتر
My name is Danish Sultan. My topic is village life. Village is a small town situated in country area. It consists of few huts and muds.
Very good.
These houses built over the area without any order. It is surrounded by green field and tall trees. Chanki is my village. It is situated 35 km from here. Its population about 2000 and some are farmer and some are government servant and some do their own business and they have no special fun for the villages. Their only hobby to have a chat and watch TV in the evening.
Great.
Marriage is amusing event for the villagers and fair is amusing event for the villagers. Village life is very simple and pure. The people of the needs of the villagers are few. They eat vegetable, milks, egg, etc. They love their custom and traditions.
Very good beta. Very good. MashaAllah.
And they are kind, honest and innocent peoples. The village life lacks of many facilities. Hospitals, education and colleges are limited in the village. Most of the peoples are ignorant in the village. Government should open the hospitals and colleges in the village. New roads are built in the village and village are linked with cities and so many things that can give modern facilities to the village.
Excellent. Love you my son. Really. میرا جی کہتے ہیں چوم لگانا پتر. Really very impressive. You notice? ہاں میری چیچی دا چھلا مائی لا لیا گھر جا کے مجھے پتہ ہے نا بیٹا تبھی تو کہہ رہا Really beautiful. No, village life, he was talking about, the different features of the village life. Is it possible, to repeat them, please? One by one. He narrated, he pointed out, he enlisted, he talked about different features of the village life. One by one, please. The first feature,
He says that the village consists of mud houses and there are the few huts there
okay.
which are unarranged, no specific arrangement or
Very good. So again, he was talking about the buildings in the villages,
Yes.
Again, and he told us, the buildings they are made of mud,
Those-
mud, and huts. Do you want to say something? Beta?
These houses built over the area without any order.
Excellent,
Where-
excellent, Again, wherever some person has patch of a patch, his piece of land, he makes his house over there using simple material, mud, etc. No, there are no proper streets like that. They are actually not planned area. That is not planned population. Clear? Whosoever comes over there, settles over there, he makes his own house now. Clear? House is very simple. Made of mud. Even sometimes we see the huts. Please, the second feature.
It says that village life is simple and pure.
Very again, the life over there in the villages, it's very simple, and simplicity it is seen in every you can say in every sphere or circle of their life. For example, if you see food, if you see their dress, if you-
Because no more facilities in the village, they do not know about.
Okay.
Like as peoples who know
okay.
there is no facilities like as.
Okay, so again,
Colleges,
very
academies.
good, absolutely right. So the when we make comparison between the rural facilities and the urban facilities, apparently it doesn't make any sense because there's a huge difference there. So simplicity is due to non-availability of urban facilities. So that's why their life is simple,
Yes.
Very good, please.
There is greenery all of the side of the village, which is very useful for health.
Absolute. Again, to the village the village population is surrounded by greenery.
There is no pollution.
Very good. And greenery, when greenery is there, so there's no question of any kind of pollution. Clear? Cultural pollution can be, if the people the way they talk sometimes, the vocabulary. But otherwise, they're very good at what? G.
Because of villagers are watching TV in the evening and WhatsApps. There are also their facilities like hospitals.
You're talking about that the social circles over there, social circles, social settings, they are more in number, So you're talking about in the evening, that the people from village they sit together, they assemble over there at some particular area. Generally, this is known in village like Dara. So that place where they assemble, that's called Dara. So the Dara is a place where they sit together, they chat, even they talk about different issues. Even the marriages are decided, even the different decisions, are taken over there in consultation with someone who is the leader of the village people, and it happens. So you are talking about that. Again, you discuss about facilities. You are talking about that the hospitals are not there, but now we see that in some villages that dispensaries are there.
Yes.
But even we see quicks are there, Nimakin, but some compounders are there, and some villages are there where we see the doctors as well. Clear? J, gentlemen.
Some village people are farmer and some are government servant.
Okay. So you can say in the village life there's more variety in a sense that we see the farmers are there, people they're busy in farming the fields, plowing the fields, cultivation, harvesting, etc. And those who are resting sometime, they are soldiers as well. They are on leave, they come that they return from their job to spend days over there with the family, and they become the part of those activities, and it adds color to that culture. The people they are working in different departments in private sector, in public sector. Again, there's a more variety. We cannot see any farmer over here in this population. Everybody, though he is so poor, but he shows himself to be mummy daddy. Clear? Hypocrisy is know that, to lie, with chor, salah and so on, each and everything is going on. جی بیٹا چڑکی میں نے زندگی میں جو پہلا بندہ دیکھا ہے نا جسے میں نے پولیٹیشین دیکھا ہے, ہی واز فرام چنکی, ہز نیم واز عبدالرزاق, اللہ نے کی قبر منور فرمائے. ان کا انتخابی نشان گھڑا تھا. ہمارے گاؤں میں پانی نہیں ہوتا تھا, ہم چھوٹے ہوتے تھے, یہ سن 85 کی بات ہے, میری عمر 13 سال تھی اس وقت, بلکہ 13 سے بھی کم تھی کیونکہ وہ الیکشن پہلے ہوا تھا اور میری اکتوبر میں آئے, 1 اکتوبر. اچھا, ہم کرکٹ کھیلتے تھے, ہماری ٹیم کے کیپٹن تھے حافظ محمد حسین. ہم نے کیا کیا, جو تالاب تھا نا جہاں سے وہ بھینسیں گائیں وہی اس میں یورینیٹ کرتی تھیں اور وہیں سے ہم پانی بھرتے تھے, وہی پیتے تھے. اور اس کا کلر کیسے ہوتا ہے, یلوش, اتنا گندا تھا پانی. ہم نے کیا کیا, جگ لیا جی, جگ بھرا جی, جگ نا پانی کا, اور وہ شیشے کے گلاسز ہم رکھے جی وہاں پہ نا. دارا جو تھا گاؤں میں وہ بڑے بڑے تقریباً بھرا ہوا دارا نا, ہم نے وہ رکھا جی. اور انہوں نے جب پانی پیا, انہوں نے کہا یہ کیا ہے جی. ہم نے نہیں کہا کہ ہمیں پانی چاہیے نا. کیا نام میں نے بتایا, عبدالرزاق. ان کا انتخابی نشان گھڑا تھا. ایسے جب تو انہوں نے کہا یہ کیا ہے جی. ہم نے کہا جی ہماری نسلیں یہی پیتی ہیں, ہم بھی یہی پیتے رہیں. ووٹ چاہیے تو اس کا کچھ کر سکتے ہو تو کیجیے, اور ہمارا سارا گاؤں اٹ ول بی ووٹنگ فار یو. انفارچونیٹلی ایسا نہیں ہو سکا باوجود کہ وہ ایک پولیٹیشین بیچارہ وہ جو انڈیپینڈنٹ ہے وہ کیا کر سکتے. تو ہمارے گاؤں میں اس طرح 2 دفعہ ہوا. ایک دفعہ یہ ہوا کہ اسی سلسلے میں وہ کٹھر سگرال کے تھے راجہ ظفر سے, وہ کونسلر یہ الیکشن لڑے تھے کونسلر کا. تو انہوں نے ہمیں وہ کیا کہ وہ سارا وہ نیٹ ورک بنوا کے دیا, 2 ٹیوب ویل لگوائے ہمارے گاؤں سے 16 کلومیٹر دور, اور آج ہمارے گھر گھر پانی, گھر گھر اتنا مزے کا پانی. اور سارے گاؤں نے ووٹ کسے دیا, اس کونسلر کو, ظفر حسین, اور وہ بھی فوت ہو گیا, اللہ ان قبر منور, بہت پیارے آدمی. پھر ہمارے گاؤں نے بائیکاٹ بھی کیا, ناٹ اے سنگل ووٹ واز کاسٹ, وہ بھی ایک ایشو ہے. آئی ایم ٹاکنگ اباؤٹ مائی ولیج جسوال. جی بیٹا, تھینک یو, ریئلی نائس ٹو لسن ٹو, ریئلی ہز پرفارمنس واز ویری گڈ, نو. کیپ اٹ اپ پلیز. عدیل ہری اپ, یو ہیو 3 minutes. بچے تیار ہو.
Assalamu alaikum.
وعلیکم السلام.
My name is Muhammad Adil Asad.
Okay.
And my topic is sportsmanship. Sports is a physical activities which a person or a body like to participate. A sportsman is a very healthy and active man. A sportsmanship, you can say, teach us the fair, helpful behavior to others, while they are teammates, they are teachers, they are opponents, they are our coaches, and they are our mates. Love, whatever.
MashaAllah.
A sportsman who follow rules in a field, he must follow that rules in of the field, whether he is in a school, he is in an office, or he is whenever in his life. So if he don't so, he is not deserved to call a sportsman. Our kids learn from us, the adults. Whenever they saw us bullying and taunt from to others, they do as well in the fields, and they do their classrooms. And sportsmanship in the classroom, as we are given a group project, that is also a teamwork.
Very good.
So if you are a good sportsman, you will perform a good teamwork as in a office project, as your class project, whenever you are in your field. So that's
Really, very impressive. So point 1v1, please. Okay, the first point, sportsmanship.
First of all, he talks about the sportsman. He says that the one who takes part in sports.
Okay.
That person is
Sportsman. But sportsmanship, what's that?
sportsmanship, the particular attributes we get from after
Excellent.
playing sports,
Very good.
like temperament
Very good.
and calmness in our
Okay.
behavior that we show after towards the other after playing that game in our social life.
Very good, Peter. Very good. Ji, please.
He says that when we are playing in a ground, the children learn a lot from us.
Okay.
They learn how to play, and they learn how to behave.
Okay.
They, if we fight someone or abuse someone, they also learn that. So we must follow the rules of game. That's why children learn.
Very good. Ji,
Mr.
Adil.
Adil says that the children, when he play in the playground, the
Okay.
children look the style of bowling and batting, and he copied, practiced that. He thought that they are able to play in the playground.
Okay. You have some idea. Zishan.
Sports is a part of exercise and it makes healthy.
Okay.
And sports are by playing games we feel it gives us enjoyment. And
Very good. Hassan beta.
Sportsmen are follow the rule of
Of the games. Very
of the
good.
games, and he is always healthy
Okay.
and strong.
So you mean to say, that this obedience to law, this is a gift of sportsmanship. Second, that proper health is the other gift of sportsmanship. Okay, let's see. Please, you can say, is it possible, to enlist the gifts of sportsmanship? A person who starts playing sports and games, what are few gifts of that activity?
Respect to others,
Very good. No, absolutely right. The one is sportsman. A sports person, he is always respectful to other. Very good. Sportsmanship. Sportsman, sports person is respectful to other. Very good. Ji, next.
he
He is all-rounded student.
All-rounder, in a sense, all-rounder. The gift of games and sports.
Obey rules.
Very good. We start obeying rules. So obedience to rules, laws and regulation is the other gift of being sportsman. The person who is a sportsman, he always obeys what? Rules. Even their home rules are there. Wherever he or she is, even on the road, he will be following the rules. At home, he will be following the rules. Clear? So again, that will be the gift for the society, the person who is obedient to law. Ji, next.
teamwork,
Beautiful. A person learns to work in a team. The family is a team. Again, we are over here, we are a team. So wherever a person lives, so he is not alone. With the family, other people are there. In the office, colleagues are there. Points clear? On the journey, other passengers are there. So a person cannot lead his or her life alone. So the one who is a sportsman, a sports person, he or she always is a gift for other people he is among. He is among us, so he will be a gift for all of us, because he will be supportive, he will be helpful. Again, he will not do anything wrong, because whatever the plan we make, he will follow the rules. Fonts clear? Very good, beta. Next, please.
polite behavior,
Very good. Again, that as rules are there, a person gets out, the umpire just that raises his finger, and the batsman leaves the ground. He doesn't say, "Tu kaun na bhai? Tere pyo banai tu sadi apni bhai." Again, what happens? He just sees the raising of the finger, and he leaves the crease, and just he gives a signal. And Muhammad Ahmed doesn't that agitate. That it was not no ball. Again, the umpire just gives another signal. Again, but the fielder doesn't protest. Again, it is written, considered as 6. Sometimes it happens that the batsman was out. But the umpire, did not declare him or her out. Nobody, you can say, talk no in a negative way against the umpire, because it's a human nature, a human mistake. First clear? This is a gift of sportsmanship, tolerance, bearance. Ji, please.
Help others, whether they are your friends or enemies or opponents
Okay.
or whatever.
Very cooperation wherever you are living. You are living in a sector, apne mohalle mein. A sportsman living in some sector, in some mohalla, you will see he will be different. He will see everybody is one of them. یہ میرے ابے دا پتر ہے جی تے میرے چاچے دا پتر ہے میری ماسی دی تھی. No, everybody is a dhi of your masi. Finish.
إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا.
This Quran guides to what is most upright. And it gives good news to the believers who do good deeds, that they will have a great reward.